It's interesting. I did a remote view on Melania Trump, and I did an interview with her as a remote viewer. And I asked her if she could talk to me about why she chose not to go back to the White House. And she said that dogs could not drag her back to the White House. You couldn't drag her back to that. You're not going to be able to drag me back to that. So if you ask Melania Trump, could you please elaborate why you say that in the remote, that you can't drag me back there? Because that's a pretty dramatic thing to say about DC, that it was such a toxic, abusive environment for Melania Trump that she would literally have to be forced against her will by rabid dogs, would have to. So she felt no love from DC. She didn't feel any support. She felt hated. She worked her ass off. She feels that when you go into this energy, she talks a lot about taking care of herself. I need to take care of Melania. I need to take care of my needs. I need to take care of me for a change. I've been taking care of my son. I've been taking care of Donald. I've been, the responsibilities of being first lady. So it's a lot on my plate, and I want me time. I want to take care of me right now. So this is what I would say to the public if I were being interviewed as Melania Trump. It's me time. I have earned some me time. And that it's not good for her mental health to be in a hostile environment where people are attacking her all the time and attacking her choices. And she thought it was an extremely belligerent, hostile environment. She doesn't want to go back into it. That is the main thing she said in the remote. And if you're asking how much can I pay you to get you back into the White House, her response is, you can't. There's not any amount of money you can pay me that's going to get me back into there. So that also tells me, because we think of her as somebody who's very financially savvy, but this is somebody that even Melania Trump, there's not enough money that will get her to move, that you could pay her to get her to go back into that situation. That is how much she does not want to be there. The Rose Garden was an example of her getting attacked about something that wasn't true. That, first it sleeps, then it leaps. That's how a garden works. And they had to go in, and it was a lot of work. And the Rose Garden turned out very beautiful. They did a great job. But that's exactly what she was talking about. She was being attacked for things that weren't real, like the fact that they had to pull everything out, get all the old wiring from the 1930s and 40s rewired, go back in. And the first year it was going to sleep because it's a new garden. And then the following years when it really, and the third and fourth years when you really start to see the beauty of the garden. So she wasn't the one that designed it. She was just the person that had to work with the designer. But the garden turned out beautiful. In fact, it's much better than the previous one because now they have open space, so it has a more zen look to it. She actually did a great job. But that's an example of like attacking her for things that are just not real. Well, you chopped the garden up. No, they started all over again. And the first year, the garden sleeps and then it leaps. And even the designer said that you're not going to see a lot the first year. Give it time, but the following year it's going to be beautiful, and the third and fourth year will become even more beautiful as it settles in. But they don't want to give her grace because of who she is. So, having an opportunity to be a remote viewer and put myself in her shoes is something I appreciate, because it also helped me realize that she would rather not be there and have less money. That's how badly she does not want to be in the White House. So that's insightful to me as a remote viewer.